fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a very prevalent problem in medical school and society in general. Now more than ever, everybody's life highlight reel is shoved in your face 24/7. Whether it's Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat, you always see the people you grew up with, your relatives, your classmates, and it seems like just about everyone in the world living a better life than you are. They could be buying their first homes, getting married, having kids, and here you are tapping the spacebar on your laptop trying to get through some flashcards. As everyone's becoming more and more competent at their job, you don't even have a job yet. The more you learn, you realize how little you actually know, and when you're in the thick of it, you realize how long this journey truly is. There really never is an arrival point. You just keep learning, adjusting, and somehow become a competent physician through it all. You might be hearing about these kids on YouTube making millions of dollars playing video games and reviewing toys, and all you have is to look at your loan balance and you tell yourself that it's not all about the money, but that loan balance is some pretty scary stuff. This fear of missing out feeling, it's the worst when you're in blocks that you don't really care about and you're learning things that you don't care about, so you're just trying to claw through it. And then you might take a break to go on social media, and then it definitely hits you. You kind of start questioning yourself and asking yourself how everyone always says to follow your dreams and follow your passions, and you kind of start questioning if it's even your passion. Is this really my dream? Am I just doing this because it's the safe thing to do? If I'm working so hard at things that I don't even like, what if I put all this effort and time and money into a passion project or a business that could have worked? Am I going down the wrong path? Is this what I was meant to do with my life? Am I just going to spend the rest of my life feeling like an idiot and continuing to cram information into my brain? These are all the questions that can come up and lead you to feel like you're missing out on life. And what makes things 10 times harder is the fact that you really can't share these feelings with anyone because you're in an environment where perfection is the expectation. Any doubt or second guesses are seen as weakness, or at least you think that. You're used to being a high-achieving, get-it-done type of person that isn't really fazed by anything, and this is the exact issue that we need to fix. Even medical students on social media show their life as this perfectly well put together puzzle. You'll see coffee cups and stethoscopes on their desks, fitted scrubs and smiles, and just living the medfluencer life. And it can make you feel very isolated for having these feelings of missing out and having this doubt about your life so far. Now, the first thing to realize is that these feelings are completely normal and you're definitely not alone. Myself and everyone that we work with here, we've all gone through this and still go through this throughout the year multiple times. So that's definitely the first point, is to understand that this is normal and understand why it's happening. As human beings, instead of looking within and asking ourselves how far we've come in regards to our goals, we look to the external world for validation. We see how people are reacting to us and how we're measuring up against other people, and we have this image in our head of our ideal life, how it should be, and the real world is very different than that. Comparison is obviously normal, but when it gets out of hand is when you're comparing to this unrealistic and unattainable ideal. Nobody in the world is smiling and laughing 24/7 on their yacht with millions of dollars, as these Instagram posts might make you think. Everyone has insecurities and problems they're dealing with, and those don't make it to their social media highlight reel. So this feeling you have is arising from a dissonance between where you are and the ideal version of where you think you should be. Everyone has these feelings, and we need to normalize them in medical culture so that we can actually talk about them. And it starts with you. Try and talk to your friends about them, mental health programs at your school, and as always, you can reach out to us and vent if you need to. You're not alone, and you shouldn't feel like you're alone. Now, the second thing to understand is that the grass is not always greener on the other side. When you only see the highlights of other people's lives and none of their downsides, it's easy to think that they got it right and you're doing something wrong. Now, of course, there's unfair advantages and disadvantages that certain people have in life, but all that aside, we're more similar than we are different. It's just that we don't like to share our downsides and only show the world what they'd want to see. The Instagram model you're comparing yourself to isn't talking about her mental health issues in the caption. The millionaire CEO, which apparently everybody is on Instagram these days, they're not talking about their failing marriages. The fact is that life is hard, and these high-paying, well-respected careers are hard. They require sacrifice, and they require you to live an abnormal life. People use social media as showing off and as an escape, and no one wants to show their struggles and hardships. It just doesn't sell as well. So before you compare yourself, understand that you don't know that other person's whole situation, and you don't know what you're comparing yourself to. If you are going to compare yourself, make sure to also take into account the downsides of what you're comparing yourself to, the sacrifices it would take to live that kind of life and what you'd be giving up. And think back to your pre-med years as well, when you were studying for the MCAT and your classes and how badly you wanted to get into medical school, and now you're here, and understand that there's so many people that would kill to be in the position you're in. And this leads us to the next point of introspection. When you're feeling this way, it's important to ask yourself why you're truly doing medicine. If there was no external validation or powerful title, why are you truly doing it? And for some people, that is the answer. They want a good, stable job, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But what we're saying is, if you also were traveling and married with a house and kids, would you like going to work as a physician? You need to remember why you're here and what your goals are. What are you working towards? Why are you making these sacrifices? The reason needs to be strong enough to keep you going. And if you've lost your passion for medicine or feel that you made the wrong choice, there's still options, but you have to decide that for yourself. You have to decide that, is medicine for you, and is it worth the sacrifices for you? Or are you just doing this for the wrong reasons? After that introspection, if you feel like you want to continue with medicine and it's a situation where you've made a wrong decision to pursue medicine, then the last thing is to smell the roses and enjoy the process. In all honesty, there's plenty of time in medical school to enjoy yourself. If you manage your time well and study efficiently, there's no reason that you can't have a memorable, fun time. At least in the first 2 years and the fourth year. Third year is a little less under your control as far as time goes. But all in all, there's plenty of time to enjoy yourself if you make time for it. And also ask yourself, what would you really be doing if you weren't studying? Would you truly be traveling all the time and having instant gratification 24/7? Probably not. You'd eventually get bored and lose your mind. So work hard and work smart, and then use the rest of your time to enjoy yourself as much as possible. Try and say yes to all social events, go to concerts, laugh, take pictures, and remember, every chance you get to enjoy yourself and enjoy these things that you feel like you're missing out on, take those chances. Take those opportunities and have your fun. There's going to come a time in the future when you look back at medical school and you're going to have fond memories of it, I hope. And the only way that's going to happen is if you stop to look around and just enjoy where you're at rather than comparing yourself and just planning for the future. Once again, just remember that you're not alone in thinking this way. We all feel this way, and it does not make you a weaker student or a weaker doctor. It just makes you a normal person, and it's important to share these thoughts. We hope that this episode and video helped you guys out, and as always, feel free to reach out and let us know what you want to hear about next.